Hey guys, it's Becky with Design Bundles, and I am back today to talk to you about thermal forming acrylic. Okay, now what does that mean? It is acrylic that you can bend, okay, because after you heat it up, it becomes nice and malleable, all right? Now, we do have a few tips and tricks to share with you along the way, and of course a project, so make sure you stay tuned and we will go ahead and get started.
Okay, so the very first part of setting up this project is we need to choose a design and cut it from adhesive vinyl. Now the panel that I'm going to use today is 4 by 6 inches. So I'm going to draw a rectangle, open up my transform panel, and I'm going to use the scale to type in exactly 4 inches wide by 6 inches high. So with the rectangle sized properly, we can then reduce the size of our design. Let's see, we want to do probably about 3.75. So we'll say 3.75, and that is the size of the design that we'll use. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and use this rectangle as your weeding box, and that works out really well, and it just makes it easier overall for you to be able to weed your project. So move it up here in the top left-hand corner. Now I'll say this, I'm showing you guys this designing in Silhouette Studio, but the concept is the exact same in Cricut Design Space. All you'll have to do is import your SVG, draw a square, change the sizing, and fit your design. So those concepts translate both for Cricut Design Space and for Silhouette Studio. Now when we're ready to cut, we're going to go over to Send, and make sure that your material, your action, and your tool are set up correctly. I'm using a ratchet blade, but if you have the auto blade for your Cameo, then feel free to leave this as auto blade. Now we'll go ahead and perform our test cut and go ahead and cut this design out so that we are ready to apply it to the acrylic. Let's go ahead and jump on over to our Cameo and we will get it started.
Okay, so what we have here, this is our acrylic panel. It is clear. This is our adhesive vinyl. We have a piece of transfer tape, and then most importantly, we have an oven mitt. Okay, this is to protect our hands. And then we have a curved surface. Now this is just a kitchen canister that I have, so I grabbed it. It is perfect for this project, and you will see why in just a few minutes. So let's go ahead and remove this liner from our piece of acrylic. Now, this liner is a protective coating. Now for now, we are just going to remove the one side. That makes it easier to line up the design. So we'll grab our transfer tape. Now we can simply line this up as best we can. Now this design, and you'll have to watch for this on your own designs, this design looks off-centered even though it's not, because the eye starts farther to the left. But what you want to watch is down here at the bottom. Alrighty, there we go. So now we can remove the other side. Careful that you don't scratch your acrylic up. Now this is fine just the way that it is, but we're going to add a little extra oomph to it. I want to use butcher paper, not Teflon. And the reason that is because Teflon, although you can't usually see it, it has little ridges in it. So I'm going to go ahead and heat my acrylic. Now I don't have to apply any pressure, but the heat is going to heat up the acrylic, and then quick, fast, and in a hurry, we are going to, while the acrylic is hot, form it around our canister. Now, each type of acrylic will be different. A lot of acrylic will become flexible between 30 and 60 seconds. Now, while the acrylic is flexible, you want to slide it out of the way, get your curved surface in position, and put on your oven mitt. Now, with your oven mitt underneath, you want to lay your acrylic on the canister and use the canister to form your curve. Now you do want to make sure that the bottom of your acrylic is curving straight, because this will help it to stand on its own. Okay, and you want to hold it until it's mostly cool. Now, a few other ideas you can also use to curve your surface are popcorn tins. Those work really well as long as you leave the lid on or put something sturdy in there. Any type of curved bakeware, or I've used wine bottles. You know, there's a couple different, as long as it can withstand the heat and the heat won't mess up the surface, then pretty much you are in the clear. Now, again, we're just waiting for this to cool. Of course, you can rotate your canister because your canister is going to heat up, so you can rotate it to a cooler part. Once it gets pretty cool to the touch, then you'll be able to manipulate it safely. Yep, there we go. So let's move our canister out of the way. There we go. This is our acrylic with our vinyl still on there. And now, although you can't see it from above, it has a nice curved surface and it will be able to freestand on its own on a flat surface. So, what did you think of our little project? Now, this is a smaller acrylic project, but you can buy these acrylic panels in larger formats, and these make great home decor, office decor. You can make them for gifts, send them in to the teacher. I love these projects that will just set to the side and be this nice, beautiful accessory. And I plan on putting a few of these in my craft room. So, all right, guys, well, if you have any questions about what we've done, about the project or anything in general, make sure you leave those in the comment section below, because I do personally come back and check in with you guys. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we have a lot more fun projects for you right around the corner. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.